Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Ole Miss versus Florida. Florida has lost 3 straight against the spread in 4 of their last 5. They have covered in 3 of their last 4 games played at home, however. Ole Miss has lost 5 of the last 7 games against the spread. Ole Miss has struggled playing at Florida's home arena, losing 6 straight there. Look for the Gators to take advantage of the Rebels' weaknesses on the road. Take Florida minus 9.5 points. Both teams have been going over the point totals recently. Florida has gone over in 3 straight games and Ole Miss has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. The Rebels have scored and allowed their opponent to score 70 or more points in 2 of their last 3 games. Florida and Ole Miss rank 104th and 236th in the country in average pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair. Look for the trends to continue and take the over. Alabama versus Tennessee. Tennessee's home court advantage has been invisible this season. They just lost at home to Missouri, and lost to Kentucky earlier this season on their home floor. Alabama is far better than those 2 teams. Alabama features the most talented player in the game in Brandon Miller, and he will be a matchup nightmare for the Volunteers. Miller is 6 feet 9 inches with guard skills, and Tennessee does not have a player his size quick enough to keep up on the perimeter. Tennessee also lacks a true scorer that can get multiple buckets down the stretch in a close game. Santiago is a really nice player, but he only averages 12.1 PPG. Against a defense as strong as Alabama's, it is difficult to find points without top-level shot creators. Alabama is the better team, and we will take the 2.5 points on the road. Take Alabama plus the points. These teams have both been hitting unders recently. Tennessee has gone under in 3 of their last 4, and Alabama has hit the under in 6 of their last 8. Alabama plays at a fast tempo, but Vegas is aware of this and sets the line higher appropriately. Tennessee plays at a slower pace, and is playing at home in this matchup. Tennessee's tempo ranked 246th in the nation, and they want to play a slow game to keep it close against the high-scoring Crimson Tide. This matchup also pairs 2 of the top 5 defenses in the country, as Bama is ranked 5th and Tennessee is ranked 1st. Tennessee will do whatever it takes to slow this game down, and the defenses will generate enough stops to keep this under the total. Take the under 143.5 points. Virginia versus Louisville. Virginia has won or pushed versus the spread in 6 of their last 7 games. The Cardinals have won versus the spread in 3 of their last 4 games and 2 straight at home. Virginia has played very well on Louisville's home court in the recent past, winning 2 of the last 3 there outright by 10 points each. Look for this trend to continue against struggling Louisville team. Take Virginia to cover. Louisville has gone over the point total in 3 straight games: 147, 138.5, 143.5. Despite their solid defense, Virginia has gone over the point total in 5 of their previous 7 contests. Louisville and Kentucky currently rank 209th and 359 hours in pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair with these 2 teams. Look for this game to go over the point total. IUPUI versus Oakland University. Looking at the defensive output as of late, there is a massive difference between these 2 programs, as the Jaguars are allowing 94.5 points in their last 2 games, while the Golden Grizzlies are giving up 73.2 points in their previous 5 games. There is a massive difference between both of these programs according to Ken Palm's adjusted efficiency margin, as Oakland is 255th in college basketball with a -7.00 rating, while Oakland is all the way down at 360th out of 363 programs with -24.80 rating. Go with the Oakland Golden Grizzlies to cover the spread in their own building. Neither team is scoring much lately either, as IUPUI is scoring 65.4 in the last 5 games while Oakland is averaging 76 in their previous 3 games. Both programs have been absolutely brutal shooting the 3 ball throughout the season, as the Jaguars are 358th in college basketball with just a 28.43-point percentage entering this game, while the Golden Grizzlies are connecting on 31.3% from beyond the arc, which is 306th in the nation. All in all, go with the under to hit in this game as well. LaSalle Explorers versus Richmond Spiders. Richmond has the numbers on their side for the season, but LaSalle is playing better basketball right now. Along with winning in 4 straight, they've covered 5 in a row, beating the spread by at least 10.0 points in the 4 wins. Meanwhile, Richmond has lost 4 straight on the road, even though they were favored in 2 of them. Richmond has an awful 3-point defense, and that's the strength of LaSalle's offense. The Explorers have shot at least 40.0% from beyond the arc in their last 3 games. I think the hot team keeps their streak alive against a team that's been miserable on the road. LaSalle wins this one. Our team pick is LaSalle. The LaSalle Explorers have won their last 4 games, and now sit only 3.5 games back of first place Virginia Commonwealth in the Atlantic 10 Conference standings. The Explorers beat the UMass Minutemen last time out by a score of 86-72. Senior guard Josh Nickelberry had 21 points and has now led them in scoring in their last 3 contests. The Explorers are 14-10-1 ATS overall this season. The Richmond Spiders have won 2 out of their last 3 games and sit only 3.5 games back in the Atlantic 10 Conference standings. The Spiders are coming off a 3-point win over Loyola Chicago, 74-71. Senior forward Tyler Burton led the Arachnids in scoring with 23 points. The Spiders have struggled against the number this season, only going 10-16 ATS overall. Our total pick is over 137.5 points. George Mason versus George Washington. Taking George Mason to cover their spread in this one for multiple reasons. The main being that the Patriots shoot the ball considerably well from the field and from deep, with George Mason shooting the ball 45.8% from the field and 36.5% from 3. This bodes well with the fact that George Washington struggles on defense, allowing opponents to shoot 45.4% from the field and 35.4% from deep. I expect the Patriots to have no troubles controlling the tempo and scoring throughout the game. George Washington has failed to cover in 5 of their past 6 games, and when these teams face off, the underdog is 7-1 ATS in their last 8 meetings, and the road team is 7-3 ATS in their last 10 meetings. For these reasons, I am confident in taking George Mason to cover in this one. George Mason +1. Taking the over for the same reason I am taking George Mason to cover. I believe that the Patriots should have no problem generating offense in this one, and should score well above their average on season, based off their high shooting percentages from the field and from deep. On the other side, George Washington can score as well, averaging over 75 points per game and shooting the ball over 45% from the field. However, they lack the 3-point shooting to compete with George Mason in this one. George Washington has gone over in their past 7 home games, and in 7 of their past 8 games following a loss, making me all the more confident in taking the over in this one. Take over 147.5 points. St. Joseph's versus Duquesne. And the first game between these two key was the 3-point line, where Duquesne was 14 for 25.560, and St. Joseph's was 12 for 33.364. Duquesne shoots .366 from deep, which entering Tuesday was 53rd nationally, while St. Joseph shoots .335, 227th. As mentioned, St. Joseph is playing much better since that loss. The Hawks are 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. Duquesne is 2-2 ATS in its last 4 home games. Both teams are playing well, but St. Joseph has turned its season around, and after a 6-10 start, the momentum should continue. Take St. Joseph plus 7.5 points. These two teams combined to score 172 points their first meeting, and while they would be hard-pressed to meet this total, it still should be a high-scoring game. St. Joseph entered Tuesday 73rd nationally in adjusted tempo, according to KenPom.com, with an average of 69.5 possessions per 40 minutes. Duquesne averages 68.0 per 40, so both teams play at a fast pace. Duquesne entered Tuesday 73rd in fast break points, 11.52 per game, while St. Joseph averages 8.76, so there will be easy baskets. Despite its low-scoring game the last time out against St. Bonaventure, Duquesne averaged 84 ppg. In its previous 2 wins before that, the over is also 7-1 in St. Joseph's last 8 games versus a team with a winning straight-up record. Take over 144.5 points. This is a good matchup for Clemson. The Tigers aren't afraid to let it fly from outside, and Florida State is 315th in the country at defending the three-point shot. The Tigers will have to do better defensively than they did last month against Florida State when the Seminoles made 13 three-pointers, which is about twice as many as they normally make in a game. I trust the Tigers' defense at home, where they've only allowed 60.8 points per game over their last 4 games. The Tigers have big advantages in rebounding and at the foul line too. Clemson is just 1 game back of first place in the ACC, so expect a motivated effort from the Tigers, who also have a better record against the spread than the Seminoles this season. I'll take Clemson to cover against FSU. Clemson and Florida State exploded for 163 points last month, which shattered the over by 21.5 points. They won't reach 163 again, but I do like the over to hit on Wednesday. Both teams play at fairly fast paces, and both have been putting up a lot of points in recent games. Florida State plays at the nation's 93rd fastest adjusted tempo, according to KenPom, while Clemson is number 137. Since they last played, Florida State and Clemson have both seen the over hit in 3 out of 4 games. For the season, Clemson has an over/under split of 15/10 in favor of the over, while Florida State's is 14-11. The Seminoles are one of the nation's lowest-ranked teams when it comes to scoring defense, and it wouldn't surprise me if Clemson shot well and hung 80 on them again. I'll take the over.